Hey guys, Brian here checking in. So I'm at my campsite here for my work camping job with Amazon.com, part of their Camperforce program for the holiday peak season. Okay, so what is the Camperforce program with Amazon? Well, it's basically a seasonal, temporary job with Amazon at a fulfillment center where they provide you with a fully paid campsite. That's the big perk. It's the big attraction for a lot of full-time RVers, full-time travelers, or people that, like to be mobile and move around. My attraction was that it's a lot of overtime, so you can make a lot of money in a short amount of time and have a paid for campsite. That's pretty much the draw for me and most of the other campers here. Okay, so we're going to talk about the base pay, $10.75 an hour. It's not the best pay, but it's all about the overtime. Anything over 40 hours a week, which basically you do every week, at least 50 hours a week, is time and a half pay. So it's all about the holiday peak season. That basically starts in around November, although campers can come in at this fulfillment center as early as late August. That is something I would not want to do. I would not want to work this job more than probably 2 months at the most. I just don't think I could take it. It's not a very desirable job as far as what you're actually doing. Okay, there is a pay difference for working night shift, which I work night shift. It's a 75-cent differential, so I'm making $11.50 an hour for 40 hours and then time and a half for anything over the 40 hours. Okay, so I've actually been here already like 5 weeks, guys. I know it's kind of confusing with my videos how I've been so delayed, but I actually showed up here on Halloween and started working on November 2nd. So I'm already on my 5th week of work here. Okay, so for the actual job duties that you do for the job, there's a few different things that you can do as a part of the Camperforce. There's some stationary jobs and some mobile jobs. Okay, so like a stationary job would be something like packing, where you're just at a packing station, putting items into a box, packing material, sealing them up, putting a label on them, and just repeating that process over and over. The majority of the jobs, it's all monotonous, doing the same thing over and over for a long time, 10 to 12 hours a day. I'm doing what's called picking. It's a very mobile job where it involves a lot of walking. Basically walking around with a cart and a tote and a scanner. The scanner tells me where to go, what item to pick. I pick that item from the bin, scan it, put it in my tote till the tote's full, put it on a conveyor, and it goes off to shipping, and just doing that. I'm basically wandering around this warehouse, kind of shopping for 10 to 12 hours a day. It's a lot of walking. I'm putting on like 10 to 15 miles a shift. But I chose that over the stationary because if I stand in one spot too long doing repetitive stuff, my back starts to hurt. I need to be kind of moving around. So it's kind of a situation where it's like pick your poison. None of the tasks are very desirable. They're all pretty monotonous. And that's the big challenge with this job. The draw is the free campsite, the overtime, the ability to make a lot of money in a short amount of time, to get us back on the road. There's some bonuses involved, and I think that's the draw for a lot of the Camperforce. Most of the folks are full-time RVers or travelers, and they're just out there moving around, and this is a great place to come to every year, or as much as you can handle it, much as you can stand it, and make some money to get a little ahead, get some money in savings, and get back out there and live the lifestyle that we're living. So as far as like management and stuff, there's very little interaction on my position, the picking job. There is some training to make sure that I know what I'm doing, and then I'm basically just turn free. I show up at work, we have a little startup meeting where the manager kind of gives us all a pep talk, we stretch, and then I got my scanner, I log in, and it immediately just starts giving me work. So there's very little interaction. The management I have dealt with have been nice. They're encouraging and friendly. I feel appreciated. They really kind of remind us, not often, but every now and then, how much they need us, to make this holiday season happen. It's a very, like I said, monotonous, but like my job as well, the picking, there's not a lot of social interaction. We've got a job to do and we're doing it. There's a lot of other pickers that we pass. I've noticed a lot of folks do stop and kind of talk and socialize, but we are kind of monitored. Our pick rate, they call it, our productivity, and I'm kind of conscious of that. You know, I wanna feel like I'm doing a good job, so I don't spend a lot of time just hanging out talking with people, although it does break up the monotony, so I do that often. And as the weeks go on, I find myself doing it more and more. It really helps. I've talked to some folks that are, you know, they know that they're have a very extrovert type personality where they need to interact, and doing this monotonous kind of job by yourself, it really is wearing on a lot of people. That's the big challenge, mentally staying in a good state of mind. For me, it's been a big challenge. I don't mind kind of doing my own thing, but the extended hours, you just kind of get in this mindset where you're literally like a zombie, just wandering around doing. People joke, they say I'm a zombie, because that's, by the end of the shift, you really are just wandering around, like just in like this zone. Not the most desirable, guys. You know, I say in at the end of my videos, follow your dreams. You know, my dream is not to work at Amazon.com. My dream is to travel around and be able to make money while I'm traveling around. So for me, I really have to stay focused on that to not let this job get me down. And I think that's the big challenge with most campers. It's just you keep your eye on the prize. This is allowing us to, you know, most of us did traveling on the way to the job. We got to see a lot of neat places, meet new people, and then when we leave, we'll be able to continue to do that. And this is just kind of this little tough it out to just make money to get us back out there doing what we love. So for me, it's been very important to just stay focused on that aspect and not how much the job really kind of sucks, which it does. I'm not gonna lie. The experience is great being here with all the other campers and sharing stories of traveling, and I've gotten a lot of information about other jobs beside this that are, you know, work camper friendly. So that for me, the overall, I would definitely come back and do this again. I would not look forward to the work part, but like I said, it's about getting in that mindset of to where it's the whole experience of being on the road and being able to go somewhere that's not a career type job where you're dedicated to it. It's just make my money and get back out there. And for me, that's it. That's the whole deal. I could get into a lot of more specifics about, you know, how things work in the warehouse. If anyone has any questions, please leave them in the comments and I'll do my best to explain anything you want to know about the actual job. This video could go on forever if I were to talk about everything, you know, that goes on in the warehouse. But overall, it's been a good experience. Like I said, my stay here is going to be 7 weeks. I'm already 5 weeks in, so I've only got a couple more weeks to go, and a couple weeks and a few days probably, and then I'm out of here, back on the road. So that's the whole idea behind it all, guys. So I hope it was helpful. Like I said, if you have any questions at all, please leave it in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer all your guys' questions. All right, thanks again for watching, guys, and we'll see you soon. Peace.